Let's see here. We are live. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for Beer with Claude. Tonight is going to be, I have only one vice in life. I like pumpkin beer, okay? I really do. And got a couple pumpkin beers here today. I'm going to talk about them. It's an acquired taste. It's kind of like anchovies on your pizza. I love anchovies on my pizza. Okay, maybe that's my other vice. Can take any questions you may have. Always glad to. It is Sean, the legend Osby. Sean, who never joins me. Sean, would you come on one of these days? You're one of my smartest clients. Of course, only my smartest client next to Justin Chamness, of course. Justin, how are you, man?
I'm doing great, Uncle Claude. How are you, sir?
I'm good. Everybody's uncle got my... Let's talk about something. I have a bowl of munchies that I do every day. It's a combination of peanuts, pistachio nuts, pretzels, and of course popcorn. What else do you? What do you? What do you eat with what do you eat with your 5 o'clock beer?
Peanuts, almonds, no raisins.
Oh, raisins! I love raisins. You ever have cran raisins?
Oh yeah, I love cran raisins.
I do too. It's really weird. I mean, I know they're super processed and everything. I mean, a cranberry doesn't taste like a cran raisin. There's some sugar in that puppy somewhere. What are we drinking there? What have you got?
I've got a Mike's Hard Watermelon Lemonade.
Tell me about that. Mike's is a phenomenon. I see in the summers before we had pandemics and stuff, and I used to go every Thursday. At 4:30, giant party here in Winter Park. They'd have a live band we have a park outside with an outside stadium kind of thing. I think they spent about $2 million to build this thing. It's a little park, but it's got a $1 million stage. And we have bands there, and people are always walking around drinking Mike's Hard Lemonade and all that good stuff.
It's like a wine cooler, kind of. It's kind of like You remember those Bartles and James from back in the day?
God, yeah, you're older than me, man. That's really going back now.
Yeah, it's really good, really sweet, like wine. The mango flavor though. Woo-wee, that's good.
So I've opened up my first beer of the night. I have a backup here, my good old Ultra. I've got a Bud with lime somewhere too. Here, and then I've got my truly favorite Upslope, but we're going to have a little Shipyard Pumpkinhead beer here, and I think this is from New York. Do you like pumpkin pie?
I'll tell you what, I love pumpkin pie, but I really like sweet potato pie.
I love sweet potato.
Oh yeah.
Oh, give me a sweet potato with a stick of butter in it, and maybe a nice slice of kosher ham next to it, and it's delicious. Oh, Sean says beer time. Hey, Sean Osby says, hey, Justin.
Hey, Sean.
Sean is shy, though. I can't get him to come on I can't get him to come on Beer with Claude. I don't know why not and everything. He says he misses those concerts, too. I miss going out in the summer with a blanket, with a little picnic basket, some beer, some pizza, and listening to some music, and just all my friends would come over there. You know, it was amazing. I'm in a small town. About 200-300 people would show up. You know, you're in a small town when 200-300 people show up, and you know 150 of them.
Oh yeah, for sure. Hey, cheers. It's been a good week.
Oh, tell me about it. What define what is a good week? Did you do deals? Did you make money? Did you close somebody you didn't think you'd close? Did you buy new SpongeBob underwear? What's a good week?
How about all of the above?
SpongeBob underwear included. Oh my God. But tell me about a good week. What's a good week?
To me, a good week is when you make ample enough money and then some.
I got to tell you something. And for the people listening, there's something, maybe it's just me, but when the bills are paid and I don't owe anything, And when you have enough, there's a term called FU money. I don't have to tell you what that means. When you have more money than you shut up money, same thing, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. I couldn't actually use the FU, so
Yeah, it's a little. I hear the demonstrators.
my mother sees this stuff.
It's having enough money so you don't have to, so you can live life under your own standards and principles, so you can own up to your responsibilities, so you can go to bed and sleep at night. That's the way I've always defined it. Sean says sweet potato pie is sinful and delicious, by the way.
He's not lying. It's so good. You put a sweet potato pie right next to a pumpkin pie, I will grab that sweet potato pie every time.
I'll tell you, I will have both. How about strawberry? Oh, we're talking food tonight. How about strawberry rhubarb pie?
Oh, I love rhubarb too. Okay. It's so good.
And the best apple pie in the world was my mother. My mother was a German baker. She would make, the crust on some pies tastes like cardboard. They're horrible.
Yeah.
My mother would make the crust first, and she'd make it with butter and sugar. It tasted like a butter cookie. Did you ever have one of those Danish butter cookies?
Yeah.
That's what my mother's apple pie crust tasted like. I like the crust was as good as the apples inside.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Sammy says, yes, each one, laughing out loud. Sean says, Jorge says strawberry cheesecake. Jorge is right. Strawberry cheesecake is phenomenal. Did you ever go to the Cheesecake Factory?
Oh, yeah. Many times.
Oh, the one thing, you know what I'm hoping for? Grateful moment. I hope we have the best Thanksgiving. I hope the country comes together. I hope we can travel again. I hope we can get together with family and friends at Thanksgiving and have that ham and turkey and stuffing. And I love Thanksgiving. That is like my favorite holiday of the year.
I love Thanksgiving too. Yeah, and I think it's time for a lot of us to turn off the TV for a little while, go hug the wife or the kids, maybe say a prayer, take a walk through the woods, just get rid of that negativity. I think that's what you're longing for out of Thanksgiving.
I will. I read the New York Times, Wall Street Journal every day. I used to be I love the news. I love political discourse, but I'm kind of shying away from it lately because it all seems to be one-sided, very negative.
Yeah.
Very, very mean-spirited. I know there's some good news out there somewhere.
Yeah. And what I don't like is they tell us the news and then they tell us what they want us to think about it.
Oh yeah, yeah. Whatever happened to reporting the news without your opinion? Just
exactly.
Whatever happened to facts? When did facts become so offensive? This is not a political show, people. Do not get worried. Okay, I don't get I really, this is kind of interesting. I'm going to relate this to business. I really stay away from politics with my business.
Me too.
When I'm talking to people, when I'm mentoring, coaching them real estate deals, because today you can't, what I love about this Beer with Claude, we can have a conversation, we can talk, we can disagree, but we still respect each other. Where did that go? Why is that disappearing? Sammy's here. Sammy, Elashimawi.
You mean if I?
How you doing, Sam?
Good.
You know Justin?
Weather. I'm sorry?
Do you know Justin?
No, I don't, but I love what he's saying. So nice to meet you, Justin.
Hey, nice to meet you too, man.
What's your favorite dessert? Strawberry rhubarb pie, strawberry cheesecake. Sarah Lee, strawberry cheesecake. I haven't had it in a long time because I want to keep my girlish figure. But man, I love that stuff.
A real New York cheesecake.
Oh, New York cheesecake is, if you have a slice of New York, Lindy's on over in Times Square, they make the best cheesecake in the world. It's thick, it's delicious, it's gooey. Man, you can't eat anything after a slice of that cheesecake.
No room after that.
Oh, no. Or wait a second. Let's go into real deviant area while we're drinking pumpkin ale tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Hold up your beverage of choice, Sam. There's got to be a non-alcoholic beverage there somewhere.
Oh, I was working on a lemonade. It's all gone already.
Okay, Mike's makes the lemonade.
Uh-huh.
This one. Right there. I'm working on it too.
Okay, yeah, the best dessert ever. You can disagree. Haagen-Dazs chocolate ice cream or Ben and Jerry's peanut butter cup ice cream.
Oh.
So good.
Oh yeah. Have you guys ever been to a Cold Stone?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Where they sing to you.
Oh
They
yeah.
sing.
They take you pick your ice creams out, and my favorite is half chocolate, half coffee ice cream, Reese's peanut butter cups, M&Ms, and oh gosh, what's the other thing? It's one other thing. I can't think of it. Oh my gosh. Oh, brownie on a brownie. Reese's peanut butter cups, M&Ms, and brownies. They put in 2 or 3 big chunks of brownie and mash this all up. You've got to
Is there ice cream in it?
get this girl. What'd you say?
Is there still ice cream in it?
Oh yeah, but every brownies and M&Ms and everything. I think I'm hungry tonight. Sean Osborne says news media mantra: bad news is good for ratings. After a while, it's bad for your mindset. It is. I hate I hate that we can't have discussions anymore. What's the worst thing you could do at a dinner party, Sam? You're invited to a friend's house for dinner. What's the worst thing you could do? 8 to 10 people there. What's the worst thing you can do?
Right now, talking politics. That's like no man's land. Oh my gosh. No telling what'll happen.
Oh yeah. This happened to a friend of mine. I've told this story before. She's a gourmet chef. She's phenomenal. She always invites 4 to 8 people, and she was telling me that she had, and she has she has a pantry that's a bar. I mean, and all the liquors in the world are there, and everybody was drinking and real happy, before the dinner and everything. And somebody said the T word or the Mario Como word or something word, and these guys were almost at a nice dinner party. These guys were almost fighting. They were almost rolling on the floor.
Oh no!
And these are nice. I know these 2 guys too. They're the sweetest guys in the world. Just you can't talk politics anymore, can you?
No, you can't. It just gets too dicey.
Amazing. Oh gosh. Jorge in California says pistachio ice cream. Pistachio ice cream's okay. It's kind of, to me, it's like vanilla or something. It's okay. I won't turn it down on my apple pie or anything, but
it would be pretty good if you added peanut butter cups, M&M, brownies. What was that? What else was it?
All of the above.
Brownie. Oh, Reese's peanut butter cups, and they take the regular ones and they chop them up on that Cold Stone and everything like that. Oh man, there's so many things I miss. What is the thing you're going to do once this pandemic is over? What's the first thing if I could snap my fingers and January 1st, pandemic's all gone, what's the first thing you guys will do?
I'm gonna go to the airport and break dance.
Okay. And not get arrested. What about you? What's the first thing you're going to do? Pandemic's over. It's gone. You can go out. You can hug people. You can do whatever you want. What's the first thing you're going to do?
Oh, a real porterhouse steak.
Ooh. That sounds good too.
Hot off the grill.
Good too.
Fresh butter.
What's your favorite steakhouse?
The old Homestead, downtown New York City.
Ooh. What's that one in New York City? It's the oldest steakhouse in New York City. I think it's in Brooklyn.
In Brooklyn, yeah.
Somebody Google it for me. I forget the name. And they got the big steaks with the bones sticking out. I mean, it's like 3 pounds, and they have their own aging locker. Somebody Google that for me who's listening here. It's in New York, I think. Oh, gosh, I'm embarrassed. It's in Brooklyn. It's an old steak, and they got all the trimmings and everything. And I think you could go there and have a steak by yourself for about $200-300 easy.
Yeah, and by the way, they only take cash. They don't take credit cards.
God bless them, huh? What's that say about business that won't take credit cards? What does that say about them?
That says you do it on my terms. A lot of chutzpah.
A lot of chutzpah, baby. I'm going to open up another beer here and share this with you guys. While we're talking about food and beer here, we have a theme here. Hey, this is Beer with Claude. We can talk about anything we want. This is Upslope Brewery. This is made in Boulder, Colorado. And they actually, I might even have a picture of it here somewhere. Let me just see. No, I do not have it. They use, I made notes here. Wait a second. You guys are going to be impressed here. This beer is, it's made, they actually use, it's called Bear Pumpkins. They're small little pumpkins that are grown here in Colorado, I believe. And they make the beer from that pumpkin. It has real pumpkin in it. Oh, boy. I can tell you're excited. Speaking of beer trivia, and what is that steakhouse? Who Googled it for me? Yes, let's see. Okay, Houston Steakhouse in California. Oh, Chris says butter pecan. Butter pecan's good. I'll take butter pecan over pistachio if I had to put it on a list. Absolutely. Jorge says the Houston Steakhouse in California. I've never been there, Jorge. Wow.
Houston's. Yeah, good.
You're going to laugh. I love good old Ruth Chris Steakhouse.
Yeah, yeah.
I love Ruth. They bring it sizzling to you. It's sizzling. Ruth Chris proves that anything you fry in butter has got to take. It could be roadkill. It would be good, right?
Yeah.
Have you ever been to a Ruth Chris?
Yeah. Good stuff.
Oh, it's real good. It's real expensive. And there's only one complaint I have about Ruth Chris Steakhouse. You could take your Michelob Ultra here, which maybe you buy in a grocery store, it's $2 a can or something like that. You go to a bar, it's $3-4 a bottle. In Ruth Chris, this would be $13. You know, they get away with this. Their wine and everything is they overcharge on. Claudia and I ordered a bottle of wine. It was our anniversary. And in San Diego, you can watch the sun go down. And there was a bottle of wine, California wine, a Chardonnay she likes or something like that. So we ordered it. I forget how much it was, $50-60. Next day, she comes home with 6 bottles in a 6-pack. And she says they were $6 a bottle at Vaughn's.
Oh, God.
How do you go from 6 to 50 in a restaurant? Wow. How do you do that? Amazing. Favorite steakhouse, Justin? You're going to say my wife cooking a steak at home because you're going to play it smart here.
How'd you know? I was going to say whatever Mama gets and brings home to me. That's usually what's the best, you know. Yeah.
My wife, and this sounds, very. We have our roles and everything. I don't mind cooking once in a while, but she cooks 363 days a year. It's it's just where she likes to. I think she likes to cook, and she's very good at it.
Yeah.
How important is it to have good food in a marriage?
It definitely helps.
In a relationship. How important? If you love someone dearly, but they couldn't boil a steak, what would you do?
Love them just as much.
Oh, honey, and I love your deep fried. I love your deep fried peanut butter Jello with clams.
Can we have mozzarella sticks again?
Mozzarella sticks for dinner. Yeah.
Don't worry about it, honey. I got it covered.
Okay, I've got some. Let's see. Anything new comments here? Austin Steakhouse in Omaha. That's right, Omaha. That's the land. Omaha and Kansas City. Those are the places to go, right?
Yeah.
They used to have a 42-ounce Cornhusker steak. 42 ounces of steak, man. I could make that. I could eat that over 3-4 nights, I think.
Yeah, at least.
That's a lot. That's a lot of steak, man.
That's enough left over for the sandwiches the next day. Steak sandwiches. Goodness.
Steak and eggs for Sunday breakfast.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, this is not the Health Food Digest, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not trying to offend the vegans and all the others out there. We're just three hungry guys drinking. 2.5 of us are drinking beer. I'm having Sammy's half. Absolutely. Okay, I've got some beer trivia here for you.
Oh.
Okay. Beer trivia. Who invented pumpkin beer? Which I am drinking tonight, Upslope Pumpkin Beer. I'm hoping if I say their name enough, I'll get a case of beer someday from them. One of these days, Budweiser is going to pull up a truck, I hope, or something like that. Who invented pumpkin beer? You folks out there, you can play too. Put it in the chat box if you want. Sean said he ate that 48-ounce steak in one sitting.
Whoa!
Oh yeah!
Whoa!
Oh my doc! Oh, where's my doctor? My doctor's in the building. Dr. Vibe, my Canadian doctor. Come on, Dr. Vibe, join us. Okay, we're talking about food and beer. Tell us about Canadian moose burgers or something like that. Absolutely, you guys. So who invented pumpkin beer? Anybody? Jorge says the Pilgrims. No, it was actually later than the Pilgrims. I'll give you a clue.
George Washington Carver.
You're 70. You're almost right. He invented he found 180 ways to use the peanut. Great inventor. But you're close with his the first two parts of his name. That's the answer.
George Washington.
George Washington.
Oh, I overachieved.
Wrote some papers. They found papers. Actually, Sam Adams or somebody found. No, it was a brewery in California. Did research and found some papers from George Washington, who wrote about how to make pumpkin beer in 1771. What was George Washington's occupation? Not getting political here, ladies and gentlemen. Before he was a military man, he was a farmer. He was a Virginia farmer.
Yeah.
And actually, he married smart, by the way. He married Martha Custer. So all his wealth came from a woman.
And her dad or her granddad was the Custer that fought and died in the Battle of Bull Run or something?
Little Bighorn.
Little Bighorn.
What state was Little Bill? Another trivia. I love trivia. What state was the Little Bighorn fought in? I was there.
North Dakota?
No, close.
South Dakota.
No, not really.
South Dakota.
Who knows? Oh,
Colorado.
Montana.
Oh.
And they have a museum there. This is the most, and it's really spooky because I forget the whole 9th Cavalry or whatever it was there. They got wiped out. I forget how many men, 100 and something men were wiped out. And it's a very solemn place. It's like a cemetery. And there's a museum there, and great part of the museum is devoted to the Indian legacy. Why did the Indians fight this war? Why did it happen? Everything. It's very balanced. You get the other side of the picture here. You know, we had a war against the indigenous people of this country at one time.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a pleasant war at all. It was it was an actual clash of cultures. They believed in free roaming and no ownership and everything, and we believed that we owned everything. You know.
Yeah.
Really interesting. Yeah. Sean says, and Sean has the answer. Peter Luger. That is the steakhouse.
Oh,
that is the famous steakhouse in New York City.
Never been
monster steaks. I don't eat a lot of steak, but every now and then, every month or so, I'll get into that carnivore mood. Mm-hmm. And honey tofu ain't gonna make it tonight, you know?
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Isn't tofu made out of soy?
Yes.
Yeah.
Tofu, I'll be truthful. It's delicious, by the way.
Well, does that mean that it's GMO?
Well, I guess it depends on where this. You know what
the soy comes from.
What's that, Sam?
It depends where the soy comes from.
Well, you know who grows the most in the world, don't you?
I believe the U.S.
The U.S. We send tons of it to China,
Yeah.
all the Asian countries. And tofu, you have tofu in soup? You can have it in a stew. It absorbs the flavor of everything else. Have you ever had barbecue tofu? Tofu is delicious. It's got a cheesecake like consistency.
Yeah.
Yep. And it just absorbs all those flavors from the mix.
Yeah.
Whatever you put into it, it just sucks it all up like a sponge.
Oh, yeah. Dr. Vibe says, greetings, you, Claudia, and the family. Good. Everybody's good, Dr. Vibe. How's everything in Canada? We're all moving up to Canada pretty soon. I'm telling you, I got to turn off CNN and stuff like that. I'm moving up to Canada. I want to be a Canadian. Take me in. Will you sponsor me, Dr. Vibe? I could live in Canada. It's a beautiful country.
Yes, it is.
There's
it's
no
the 51st state.
Yeah. Oh, okay. You're gonna get in trouble with my doctor here.
Sorry, Doc.
But what is the most important exports from Canada? Moosehead beer, maple syrup, and the Trailer Park Boys.
Oh.
Has anyone here besides me ever watched Trailer Park Boys on Netflix?
Yeah.
It's
late at night.
Don't play it in front of the wife and kids. That's all I'm gonna say. Sammy, you know what we're talking about?
I don't have a clue, but I'm gonna look it up.
It's about three guys in a trailer park, and they drink beer, and they're just so rough around the edges. They're a class demure is not their qualities. Absolutely. Sean says, and it was low in calories and low in fat. He's talking about that steak once again. Another trivia question. Who invented beer? Where was the first beer made? This is a tough. This is kind of
way back.
You know, it's something you can tell your mummy.
Say that again, Claude.
I said, where was the first beer made? And I said, it's something you wouldn't tell your mummy.
Mummy. Egypt?
Got it.
Egypt?
Got it.
Yes. It's documented. You know, they had all those things in the pyramids and everything. In 5000 BC, they made beer out of pomegranates and things like that.
Wow. 5000 BC?
5000 BC, 5,000 years before Christ.
They were running from the dinosaurs.
Which tells you that men always had a priority in life, no matter even in the Stone Age, really.
Good beer, good wine.
Good beer, good wine. Sean says Canada is beautiful but cold. Yeah, but cold is good. It was 43 degrees this morning in Winter Park, Colorado.
So, Claude, back to Egypt. Are there hieroglyphs of distilled beer, or how do we know that 5000 BC? What is the historical record? That's what I'm trying to.
I was there. Okay, I believe in reincarnation. Listen, think about it. It's Egypt. You know how modern a society Egypt was? They were like the Rome. They had waterways before Romans. They had a language. They had a means of writing, communication. They built the pyramids. They still don't know how they did it. The math, the sophisticated, these pyramids. If you've ever seen it, the Giza pyramids, the math that goes into it. You know, you can't take a piece of paper and put it between the different stones and things. It's that thick. I mean,
1 millimeter.
Yeah. They still don't know how they had the math and everything like to build something like that.
How they physically moved each individual stone brick.
A lot of labor, and I don't think they paid them either.
So they left the recipe.
Go, baby.
So they left the recipe for this pomegranate beer.
It's there somewhere. I don't know if you make it, I'll drink it.
I picked up on that.
Absolutely. Sean, Jorge got it. It was Egypt. He's right. Jorge says, have you been to Italy? No, I have not. I love to go to Italy. When this pandemic is over, the first thing I'm going to do is throw a monster party, and all of you are invited. I'm going to do it in San Diego. I'm going to do it at Ballast Point Brewery, and we're going to have I'm going to have free beer, and I'm going to have a table with nothing but chicken wings and nachos. And give me a third thing we'd like to eat. What goes good with beer? Chicken wings, nachos. What else?
Cheesy fries. Cheesy fries.
Cheesy fries. I don't think I've ever had cheesy fries. Am I missing out?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Oh. What is the
drown them in that shit?
Oh. Ballast Point Brewery. I'm throwing a party. I'm going to do a gut seminar in the morning, and then at 4:30, 5 o'clock, we're all getting together. I'm going to rent a cabana. We're all going to be on the beach in our Speedos, especially you, Justin. And I don't know. I got a bad visual just now. Why did that happen?
I've got SpongeBob Speedos. I just ordered them.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you could Justin Chamness, world famous gut sales trainer in SpongeBob Speedos. So, okay.
3 minutes or less. That's all it takes.
You know, seriously, I want to try. I want to go to Italy. I want to travel. I'm going to throw a seminar. Somebody asked me the other day, because I do a seminar. Last year we did a seminar in Hawaii, in Kauai. We had a ball. We rented the house was rented. 3 days of role playing, talking about business, gut sales training, marketing, real casual. We're all wearing Hawaiian shirts and flip flops. And we're drinking for lunch. We're going outside in the garden, looking out at the Pacific Ocean, drinking Mai Tais. It sounds like an alcoholic convention here. You know, do alcoholics have conventions? Maybe once a year, maybe?
Yes, they do.
And it was so much fun. So I'm going to travel. I'm going to take Claudia to Hawaii. I'm going to take my kids. You know, life is short. Enjoy it. Do something you love. Be superb in your abilities of persuasion. Make enough money. You don't have to have all the money in the world. I feel sorry for people who want too much money. I just want enough to have mac and cheese and good pumpkin beer on my table, like this Upslope beer that I'm drinking tonight. Upslope, are you listening? Good.
Sponsorship opportunity.
I'll take sponsorship. I'll take free beer for sponsorship. I've got a good following. I've got we're just about hit 7,000 people on YouTube. And I would rather have 7,000 people who want to follow me on YouTube, who buy my products and services, or just come for free information. I don't care, and everything. I'd rather have 7,000 quality prospects than do hundreds of thousands of mailers and telemarketers and virtual and a lot of garbage. I'd rather have 7,000 loyal fans than 700,000 people don't identify with my message. What do you guys think?
It's all about the engagement.
Engagement is full. Oh, Sean says, okay, this is one of my weaknesses here. Ribs. What is better? What is better? Okay, what is better than barbecued ribs? Is there anything in the world better, except for Sara Lee cheesecake, maybe? Is there anything better than barbecued ribs?
With buttery mashed potatoes and corn on the cob.
How about no? And sweet potatoes.
Yeah.
And and my one weakness, cream spinach. Who likes cream spinach besides me? I love cream spinach. I like Brussels sprouts. You want to get really weird with food? I love Brussels sprouts.
Roasted Brussels sprouts.
Oh. What is better than that? Now, I'll get controversial here. What is better? Okay. And don't kill the messenger here. Pork ribs or beef ribs?
Pork ribs. Pork ribs. Pork ribs. I gotta vote pork.
Yeah. It's a draw there. I love beef ribs. And they're like those Fred. Did you ever get a beef rib? It's like, you remember that Fred Flintstone opening where the car flips over with this giant dinosaur rib on the side of the car? Remember that in the old Fred?
Yeah.
Is there anything better? Oh my gosh. Okay, Sean is playing try and top this. He won't come on live. He basically said the only thing as good as ribs is fill in the blank. The only thing good as ribs is
Bacon.
Have you seen the thing? Have you seen the things they're putting bacon in now?
They're putting it in everything. You can even buy bacon scented soap.
Really?
Yes. Bacon scented soap.
It's like taking a shower with Porky Pig or something, man.
Yeah.
That's weird. That's hot.
How about bacon ice cream? Is there bacon in ice cream now?
Ooh, crispy bacon in with that sweet vanilla? Sounds interesting. Get that.
How about a peanut butter and jelly sandwich with bacon?
Never tried it.
Pretty good. That sounds pretty good to me.
How about Jell-O? Does anybody eat Jell-O anymore? You remember when we were when I was a kid, Jell-O was the dessert. All the moms made Jell-O all the time, and they made these Jell-O rings with fruit cocktail in them. How about Jell-O with bacon?
How about Jell-O Claude? Jell-O shots with Claude. Jell-O shots with Claude next week.
Jell-O shots. I'm gonna reveal. I'm drinking my pumpkin beer here. I will reveal the truth. I've never had a Jell-O shot.
Well, it's time to go for it.
How do they make
to fix that?
I'm going to ask the silliest question in the world you've ever heard on a Friday evening. Jell-O shots are basically they have alcohol in them, correct?
Yes.
How do you make a Jell-O shot with alcohol in it? Doesn't that melt the gelatin or anything?
No, you just make Jell-O and pour vodka in it. That's it.
Oh wow! And you can taste the Jell-O still.
Mostly just the Jell-O, but it goes down like an oyster. You don't even chew it. It just boom, there it goes.
Now you just said a magic word. Okay. Oysters. Fresh Pacific oysters on the half shell with a little hot sauce on them. Is there anything better than that? Sammy, nothing I'm saying here is halal or kosher, by the way. Okay.
We're two peas in a pod.
Oh yeah, absolutely. A
little horseradish on the oysters.
Oh, horseradish on the oysters.
Yeah, horseradish.
A little best hot. What is the best hot sauce? Okay, let's go really controversial. Who makes the best hot sauce?
Oh, that's a tough one.
I'm tough. There's two of my favorites. One is Pete's hot sauce. I think it's from Texas or Louisiana. I forget which. The other one, what's that? Tabasco from Louisiana. That's good. Yeah. But the best, the absolute best, this is going to be is sriracha. There is a little. Do you know the history of that? There's a little town in California. And this wonderful immigrant came there and started. I'm not sure if he was Vietnamese or Cambodian or something. And he said, I can't find my hot sauce that I had back in Asia. And he started making it. And then he's got a whole factory now. The whole damn town smells like sriracha. You guys aren't into hot sauce?
I got some Tabasco in there.
I like Tabasco. It's real vinegary. I like that.
Yeah. It's not hot enough, though. That's the problem.
It's more of a vinegar sauce. They age it in barrels on this little island. Trivia question. What's the name of the island? I know. I'm giving trivia to questions I know the answer to.
Avery Island?
Whoa! Round of applause.
It's salty there, right? It's like a salt island or something?
I think you're right. I think you know more than me, man. You're smart. Oh.
Well, it's watching Jeopardy a lot. That's really, Alex Trebek.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Sean says the only thing possible better than ribs or bacon, I'll throw that in there, Sean, is brisket. Now, Sammy, you're from New York. Tell us about the best brisket you've ever had.
Best brisket, Cat's Deli, by far.
Down in the Bowery in New York City.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Tell them how thick that sandwich is. You go into, and it's not cheap either, but it's like a fishing store. It was this big. This sandwich, you can't get your hands around it.
How do you eat it?
You get half brisket, half corned beef.
Wow.
No. Half brisket, half corned beef.
Half corned beef.
Half
and a
tongue.
side of pickles. And a side.
My favorite sandwich. My favorite sandwich in Katz's Deli, and this is a New York legendary place. It's in the Bowery. They still have the cobblestone streets from the old Revolutionary days. And my favorite sandwich is a half brisket, half corned beef, half tongue. That's 3 halves, isn't it? Do you guys ever had cow tongue?
It's got hair on it, Claude.
Oh no, it's good. It's all good, man. It's really sounds gross, doesn't it? Tongue is a really big thing in New York City. Cow's tongue, and I don't know how they make it. And then some chopped chicken liver on top, a lot of mustard on some good New York City rye bread. This thing, think about a 6-inch thick sandwich that you can't even get your mouth around.
You got to take some of the meat off.
Yeah.
Talk about steak and eggs in the morning.
Oh, gotcha.
How do you cook a cow tongue?
The cow has to be cooperative. You actually have to boil it or pressure cook it for several hours. Then you peel off the outer layer. This is going to be gross, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry. It's like a leathery covering. And then the meat inside the tongue. This is so gross. The meat inside the tongue is the most delicious meat you've ever had in your life. Sammy, have you ever listen? As long as we're talking about cow tongues, is it time to talk about mountain oysters yet?
Yeah.
Anything that rocks your boat.
Mountain oysters. Mountain oysters. This is a Colorado delicacy. You can't.
I've never had them.
Any restaurant in Colorado, they have mountain oysters on the menu.
Never had them. Never heard of them. Tell me more.
I don't want to burst anyone's bubble, but you know what? When I say mountain oysters, I mean testicles here.
I thought you knew that when you said whatever rocks your boat. I was like, rocks your boat?
No, I've actually had them before.
And mountain oysters prove one thing, that anything breaded and fried in butter is edible.
Yeah. I've eaten just about anything on a cow carcass.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So does it have a gooey center?
No, actually, it's firm. It's actually firm, and you put it on a good piece of bread, and I'll tell you what, it's delicious. It is absolutely delicious. What do we got here? We've got a few questions here. Let's see. We have. Do they have maple bacon shakes? Ooh, that sounds good, man. A chocolate milkshake with bacon? I think I could do that.
Mm-hmm. That does sound good.
I think it's better than a bubble tea or a chai. Look at that beautiful! Look at that beautiful dog.
Yeah, Max is trying to say hello here. Get a few licks in.
Oh gosh, he loves you. That dog. That's a beautiful dog. Lassie, Timmy's in the well. Sean has here a local joint, Boxer Barbecue, has award-winning brisket to die for, but you have to get there early. Let me ask you something. Do you ever go to a restaurant and there's no people in there? What do you guys think about something like that?
Run!
I get nervous. I get nervous in restaurants that have no people in them. Or did you ever go into a restaurant and you went into the bathroom before you ate and it was filthy?
Yeah, yeah.
I don't
Captain
know what it,
D's was like that.
I'll leave. I'm getting to be a germ. I don't know. I didn't think I was much of a germaphobe, but after this whole pandemic thing, amazing.
Yeah. I don't like to touch the doorknob in and out. You know what I mean?
Let me add when you leave, like, okay, we're all on truth serum now. Okay, when you leave a bathroom, do you use the paper towel to open up the doorknob in a busy restaurant or hotel? I do.
Yeah. Unless I'm doing some kind of Bruce Lee maneuver with my foot.
Oh yeah, you can do. Occasionally, you can do, it's tough when the handle's 5 feet up, though. You're good like that, huh?
I'm pretty talented, yeah.
Does that make us am I a germaphobe if I use a paper towel to open up the door handle on a bathroom door in a strange place? No, Claudia said no.
Especially now with COVID-19.
How nuts? Oh, really? I got to tell you, the first thing when I have one person I know here in Colorado, and this guy for years would not shake hands. He would not share food. You know how sometimes, you remember in the old days, we'd take something off someone else's plate or, hey, try this. This is really good. Here, try this and everything. This guy would never do this. This guy always had his little, before this stuff cost $5 a bottle, the hand sanitizer, he always had it with him. And once this pandemic got really crazy, I called him up. I said, you were right all along. How did you know?
Yeah. I just went and ate at a restaurant where they asked me to mask up to walk to the table and wash or use some of that, what you were just showing right there.
Oh, yeah.
Before I even get to the table, it was like, I have to do this.
Oh, yeah. Facebook user says foot or paper towel. He's from your camp there, Justin.
Yeah. I'm going, yeah, it's 50-50 for me. Sometimes the paper towel, sometimes the foot. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Sean says always use the paper towels. Some people are nasty and people who don't wash. I hope nobody's eating while I'm doing this broadcast today, but how does somebody not wash? Do you ever go to a bathroom and you see somebody come out of a stall and not wash their hands? I make a judgment. Okay. I'm sorry. I've judged that person. That person's going right to hell.
Oops.
So let's get serious about food here. What do you guys think about canned spam?
Canned spam?
Spam in a can.
It's like almost as good as bacon.
I love spam. My Claudia won't touch it. I've got friends who laugh at me. I think spam is delicious. In Hawaii, right. Number one place where is more spam consumed than any other place in the world?
Hawaii.
How did you know that? Oh my gosh.
Wow.
You knew that right away. They even have spam because they have a lot of Japanese people who visit
spam sushi.
Oahu. They have spam sushi.
Oh, what is that?
It's rice with spam wrapped in a seaweed leaf.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
So there's no fish in it?
No, I don't think there is. No, maybe there is. Do you guys like sushi? Really good sushi?
Yeah, good sushi, good sashimi.
If I went to you 20 years ago and I said, I'm gonna put something on your plate that just rolled up on the beach and put it on some rice, what would you have said?
Will it move?
Yeah.
Really good fresh sushi is the most delicious meal in the world.
It's very good. Sashimi, love it.
Oh,
love
sashimi, yes. But it's got to be tender. But it's got to be fresh, not that frozen stuff.
Yeah.
I've got a great little sushi place in San Diego, Claudia. I go in there and I spend $30-$40 on sushi. We're eating sushi for like 2 nights. You know, it's such a bargain.
Yeah.
I just hope it's not roadkill or something.
Kill.
I don't know. Sorry, man. I didn't mean to.
That's okay. Boat kill.
Oh yeah. Yeah. How about some trivia here? I got a good one. Oh, before we run out of time here. True or false? The most expensive beer in the world cost well over $200. It is a 24-ounce beer, and it cost over $200. True or false?
I'm going to go with true.
Yeah, it is. It's true. It's called, and it's made by an American brewery. Believe it or not, it's called Sam Adams Utopia. It is 20. Check this out. Sam Adams Utopia. And here, I'm going to go to share screen here for a second. I was actually prepared for once. I'm going to show you guys this web page here. Can you see that?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's called Sam Adams Utopia. It is 28% alcohol by volume. It is aged for 24 years.
28% alcohol, and it's not considered a liquor?
No, it's called Utopia. I don't really even think they could call it a beer because like Colt 45 is 8% alcohol by volume. They can't call it beer. They call it malt liquor.
Yeah.
It is 28% by volume. It is a deep, rich, malty smoothness reminiscent of vintage port, cognac, or sherry. And it's 24 years aged in a barrel. Isn't that amazing? It's $249. I looked it up online. It is $249 for a 24-ounce bottle. It only comes out once every 2-3 years.
Wow.
I don't know, Sean. I don't know why it's so expensive. I think it's because it wasn't P.T. Was it P.T. Barnum who said a sucker's born every minute? Who said that? Absolutely. Okay, another trivia question. What is the oldest brewery in the United States? Now, Sammy should get this because this is a popular beer in New York City.
Don't have a clue.
What is the most popular? What is the oldest brewery? Sean, you can't Google it. It was a beer I drank in college. It's called Yingling beer. Yungling. It was from a German immigrant, David Yingling. How does a German get a last name of Yingling? Yungling. And the brewery existed from he established it in 1829.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. God bless the immigrants, you know.
Oh, you know, it's the most wonder. I'm the result of immigrants. I had a mother and father from Germany, came here, didn't speak the language, went to night school, learned the language, loved my first thing. What is the first thing an immigrant does in New York City? Opens up a grocery store. He worked 8 days a week, never took a day off, busted his ass. And I'm here, you know, acting like a big shot, drinking my pumpkin beer because I had hardworking immigrant parents. You know, this is the American success story.
Yeah.
The American dream.
Yeah. Nobody's trying to escape from America. You ever notice that? We're not building any walls to keep people in here.
Yeah, they're not running away.
Yeah.
And everything. I still think this is the greatest country in the world. I've traveled. I've been to other places. I've talked to people in other countries, other than Canada, just to make my doctor happy. Where else would you want to live?
Maybe the Philippines, I'm thinking.
Philippines, you know, a good friend of mine, Yasim. You know Yasim. He lives in the Philippines now, and you can, I mean, he lives like a king there, and
Yeah.
he doesn't have to make a lot of money to live like a poor man in America can live like a king in the Philippines.
So what could a relatively well-off man live like over there?
I think a well-off person, I'd be scared of, seriously, if you're too well off and you're too obvious about it, I'd be worried about kidnapping and stuff like that.
Yeah, well, I'm not talking about like Bill Gates rich or nothing.
Oh, no, okay. A person, I tell you what, a person who has maybe I have people I know who live in Mexico with their Social Security, and they live very comfortably.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely. Where else would you live? How about Australia? Could you live in Australia?
What about Panama?
Panama?
Panama.
I've never been to Panama. Why did you pick Panama?
Because it's like beautiful, like the Philippines.
Okay. And the Philippines, do you know the time zones? Oh my God. I had a client in Perth, Australia. I would call him at, oh my gosh, I'm trying to remember here. It was 10 o'clock here. No, it was 4 o'clock here, but it was 10 o'clock the next day there. Can you imagine calling tomorrow?
Yeah. The freaky deaky. It's
Yeah.
like the Twilight Zone.
Sean says you'd need security. You'd need security in the Philippines, Justin.
What?
Well, listen, I have to leave in about 4 minutes. I'll give you guys the last word. How was your week? You said you had a good week, Justin. I'm still waiting for the definition of a good week.
Good week is I closed a couple deals, got a couple nice checks. Also, got a couple new students have joined into the club that I have there, and man, it's just everything's just going really, really well. Like I was sharing with you the other day, 2020 has just been a dynamite year, and this week is just another example of how, in spite of everything going on around me, my life just keeps getting better and better. And I'm trying to get my words better, and selling properly, and leading people through the process, and just the more I do, the better I get, and the more money I'm making. It's just automatic. It's what it feels like, at least.
What about gratitude?
And I'm grateful too, yeah. And I'll tell you another thing, Claude. I'm not trying to hang on to all this money myself. I'm writing some checks and giving some away.
Ooh, you just said something very important. Okay. One of my clients once said to me, Claude, money makes a good man better and a bad man worse. When you have more than you need, and you've taken care of I believe in charity begins at the home and the salesman comes first. Okay. I think you have responsibilities to yourself and your family if you've made that obligation. But if you have more than you need, what is the most wonderful feeling in the world?
Yeah. To be a cheerful giver.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree with that. I think when you write a check and you see that it helps a family, I belong to the Lions Club. Okay. And when this pandemic started, we gave away money to a family center that gives away food to people. Okay. And we went to all the restaurants that are slowly going out of business. And we went to them and we bought gift cards from all of them. And we said, here's the gift card. We're going to buy a gift card and we're going to give this away to people. So we help you and we help them at the same time. And we gave about $50,000 away total in this. And this is from selling pancakes on the weekends and selling Christmas trees and fundraising and stuff like that. I love the thing about giving is helping another person who's down on their luck once in a while.
Yeah.
That that's the best. That when you study really successful people, I mean, Carnegie built all those libraries all over the U.S. Okay, Andrew Carnegie, a billionaire for his time. If you study very successful people, they seem to be very charitable, most of them.
Yeah.
Sammy, what about you?
I got a haircut and a trim.
I got a pandemic haircut. I like that. I was
Actually, a real barber.
I was climbing the mountaintop talking about philanthropy and charity and giving away, and you brought us right down to the haircut. I love you, man.
It was enlightening. I mean, it was a spiritual journey. Sitting in that barber's chair, having a real barber go to work on you, rather than trying to do something in the bathroom with a pair of scissors and clippers.
I know. Do you go to the same place you take your collie to, or did you get a 2-for-1 or what?
I'll give that a try next time. I want to see the look on our face.
Oh yeah, that's the worst thing about the pandemic is getting haircuts and things like that. You know? Even Nancy Pelosi can't get her hair washed. She goes to get her. I'm not political. She goes to get her hair washed, little knowing that there's a camera. There's cameras everywhere now.
Oh yeah. Okay,
and it turned out to be it's all on all the CNN and everything like that now. Yeah, the Speaker of the House gets her hair washed without a face mask on.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, I have to go. My pizza with anchovies awaits me. Everybody else for joining, thank you. Justin, give yourself a quick plug.
RealestateWholesalerSclub.com. Lease purchasing. Get started today. It's the way to get started with no cash much.
There you go. Sammy, give yourself a plug, buddy.
SamTheSage.com. How to sell high-ticket coaching services. Non-tangible.
Yeah, very good. And my name is Claude Diamond, and I answer my own phone. And I got free stuff on my webpage, ClaudeDiamond.com. And thanks for drinking beer and listening to us BS here and just having a lighthearted, fun moment. You guys stay out there, be safe, and remember, nobody deserves success more than you good people. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Claude. Love you.
Love you guys too. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.
Blessings all.
Blessings all.
Blessings.